You would destroy Eora for what? Spite?
Wotica stares at you down her long nose.
I would destroy it all in the blink of your wide eye if I believed it would benefit me. Empires can be rebuilt. Souls can be reforged. Do not forget it.
The figure beside the aspect of Bareth flows forward in a swirling cloud of ash. The ash falls to the tiles and reveals a molten-skinned woman, leaning on a monstrous, wicked-edged broadsword.
You are the Kith who attempted to convince my priest Durrance that I conspired with Wodica's mad ploy to seize power. You failed, of course.
Okay.
A ribbon of smoke curls from the corner of her mouth, and she turns her attention about to Wodica. Mogren's glowing lips curl in disdain.
We must find a solution to the problem of Aethys that is neither do nothing, nor destroy the world.
Goddess of warfare, transformation, purification, consumption, and trials. Patron goddess of the Deerwood. Though to have blessed the Godhammer bomb that destroyed Waidwen and possibly Aethys.
I acted in haste during the Saints' War. You will not goad me into doing the same now. To move against him while his plans are unknown would be the height of foolishness. We must find wisdom in precaution.
What kind of precautions do you suggest?
Mogren looks at you as one might a wayward gob of spit on one's shoe.
It is no business of yours what the gods decide.
Fair enough.
Another of the silent figures steps forward, and the warm, golden light of a summer's afternoon spills across your face.
Let's all take a deep, calming breath. Perhaps cooler heads will prevail.
Behind Helia's words, you hear the soft coo of doves.
Goddess of the sky, maternity, creativity, birds, song, invention, language, and the arts. Not known to take a particular physical form, but thought to be present in birds of all kinds.
Aethys has been separated from us for too long. Isn't it possible he intends only to gather enough souls to reclaim his realm in the beyond? He should be welcomed.
You look up then into avian eyes. Through them, you see clouds of starlings converge and divide.
What if he intends to betray you?
Helia puts a feathered hand to her chest.
He wouldn't. Betrayal is not in his nature.
Scan shuffles forward.
Yes, yes. We should welcome Aethys' return to the fold. His gratitude we can leverage to cajole him into divulging his plot. Then, when he believes himself to be in our good graces, we do as Wedica suggests, and crush him into the earth.
Scan pauses, inspecting you.
Ah, and here is the Watcher who wiped dear desperate Alice's mind. You could have let my followers help her kill the man who tormented her. But you did not. Curious.
Scan licks the ragged edge of his lipless mouth and grins, then turns to Helia.
I did not expect such a deliciously ruthless idea from you, Helia. I am impressed.
Helia's feathered crest stands on end.
You wretched little creature.
Let's say nothing.
The pallid knight gestures for silence.
Aethys cannot be killed, but he may be subdued. Yet to do so will take immense power and time. Both stand in his favor.
Magrin grits her black glass teeth.
That is why we must ascertain his plans before he has the chance to put them into motion.
She begins to pace. Her steps leave little trails of fire in her wake. Magrin stops and balls her hands into flaming fists.
Even if we manage to destroy his current form, there is the possibility he could return, if he has not already absorbed all of his children.
Absorbed his children? I don't understand.
The pallid night casts a cold, cutting glare in Magrin's direction.
Magrin speaks too freely. That knowledge is beyond your ken, Watcher.
Okay.
Wodica waves the gods to silence.
Aethys gathers strength. His strength is a threat to us.
Her voice takes on a sharp, almost panicked edge.
There is no sensible answer to the question of a resurgent Aethys other than decisive, final action.
There's no cause to act now.
Your opinion is unasked for, but noted.
The pallid night says.
Okay.
We will act when it is appropriate to do so, and not before.
The pallid night steps away from the half-circle of assembled gods. She pulls herself up to a great height. The words she speaks next come not from her mouth, but from all around you.
Follow him, Watcher.
The black of the pallid night's irises expand until her eyes are as dark and cold as the void between stars. She bends down and brings her ghostly face level with your own.
Your debt to me remains unpaid.
I'll do what I can.
She stares at you, unblinking. Like a needle drawn to a magnet, you are pulled toward her one compulsory step at a time. You blink open your eyes and find yourself on the floor of your ship's cabin, alone.
Jesus. So cool, man. Embark. While on the deck of your ship, you can press or hold LT to open radio menu and navigate the world map section. Okay.
Clever.
Dark Grey Cape. Fragments of Blade of the Endless Paths. Despite being utterly destroyed with the devastation of Caed Nua, the sword known as the Whispers of Yenwood has once again found its way into the possession of the keep's road warden, albeit in pieces. It would take a smith of some talent to reforge the weapon. With the right materials, however, perhaps the sword could become even greater than it once was. The mythic blade of the catacombs of Caed Nua was destroyed when Eothas emerged from beneath the keep. The shards are no longer of use to anyone unless they could be reforged. This weapon may be fated to become even more than it was. Do I want to take these now? I don't know. I'm not going to take them now. I'll take the cloak though. And the potion. Hopefully...
Of course.
Letter from Ulfra. I hope this letter finds you in good health. It has been many summers now since you first arrived in Gilded Vale. Much has changed in those years, but I will never forget the kindness you showed me. The gods have blessed me with a son. He is healthy and strong and already so curious. All of Gilded Vale dotes upon him. I have told him of you. He asks constantly after the Watcher who restored his spirit and hopes one day to meet you. Until then, know that we keep you in our prayers. Your most grateful servant, Alfra.
Don't let anyone tell you you're too shrimpy to be a fighter. I was half your age when I started training.
Oh, all right. Maybe
How
just
may I be
this
of
once.
service, my lady?
Who are you?
I was the steward of your keep at Cad Nua, my lady. Long before your time, I had my soul bound to a throne of Ardraban. And for nearly 200
It's called
years,
Ardra, not
I
Adra.
felt Cad Nua and the comings and goings within it like an extension of myself. It is a strange connection to lose. Still, it would be unseemly for me to complain of loss to you, my lady.
How did I get a ship in the first place?
With Cad Nua in ruins, there was little purpose in waxing sentimental over the rubble. I was able to salvage enough of your treasure and wealth to afford the purchase of the Defiant and the hire of a small crew. Unfortunately, that consumed the remainder of your once considerable assets. Under the circumstances, I hoped you would not object.
What should I do next?
I suggest we proceed to Nekataka, my lady. It is the largest city in Deadfire, and we shall be better able to get our bearings there.
Okay.
Ship life sure is an adventure, ain't it? Just think of all the places we can sail to, all the sights we could see. This is nothing like being stuck on a farm, or cloistered in the back of a temple.
Jyoti wraps her sickle against her thighs as she studies the boat's layout. Satisfied by whatever she sees, she tilts her head to you with a small smile.
Tell me what's on your mind?
How are you feeling? Have you suffered any recent nightmares?
They're there in my head when I sleep. And sometimes I can taste them on the back of my tongue like a smear of grit. Happens when I take in a particularly volatile soul.
Don't worry, we'll figure something out.
Will we? Ought we? I just don't know. I trust you, Watcher. I swear I do. I worry sometimes about what's gonna happen to me. But, well, it's not like I can turn my back on my duty to my God, even if it kills me. I'm glad we talked.
Hema? Shield Sister Dahlia.
Thank you again for maintaining my story in front of Vanessa and the others. I didn't enjoy deceiving them, but it seemed simpler than the alternative.
Jyoti flicks her sickle back and forth, agitated. Keeping up a lie is never simple, you should know that better than anyone.
Believe me, I take no pleasure in duplicity.
What exactly were you doing out there?
At your suggestion, I took up Theos's mantle after we parted company. I wanted to use the leaden key to improve the lives of Kith. So for 5 years I've been tracking down leaden key circles, searching for the places where they operate in secret, hoping they can be reformed.
And how has that been going?
The task has been more difficult than I anticipated.
Listen,
I don't think I fully understood the weight of the decisions I would have to make, or the burden of living with them. It was much easier when I only had to follow someone else's lead. My father's, Theos's, yours.
What do you mean?
After we defeated Theos, I thought the hard part of changing the Leaden Key would be tracking down its members and operations.
But?
Perhaps this would be easier with an example. I went to a village in Old Valia, a run-down backwater of a place. Aye, right home like it was. Centuries ago, the Leaden Key had intervened to end some heretical cult.
Why does that keep happening? Why does he change his voice like that?
The details were lost, but what had endured was
Does
the
it when he
practice
fights
of
as well?
ritual bloodletting. The gruesome, pointless tradition. At every full moon, the villagers would feed the soil with their blood. No one, young or old, sick or hale, was exempt.
What did you do?
I thought new leadership might guide them away from this practice. So I adjusted some of the deeds pertaining to the ownership of their land. It just so happened that a nearby Comtessa, a rather prosperous one, had a claim on the village, and the fertile fields around it.
And then?
The Comtessa annexed the village, as I'd planned. But she did nothing about the bloodletting ritual. And while it continued, she taxed the villagers to pay for the plantation she was building, and conscripted half of them to defend it.
Maybe you should have left them alone. And now you feel responsible, is that it?
I had to do something, didn't I? I keep wondering what I might have done differently, or how I could have known better.
There's 2 souls, you learn... Oh, okay. So I didn't know that. I never played it. That's pretty cool. Learning from mistakes like this is a good start.
I suppose so. I should get some rest. It's been a long day, and you've given me a lot to think about.
You still haven't told me what the Animancers have to do with any of this.
Ah, that. I'm looking for an old Leaden Key sect. I've found several references, but I want to be sure. Please, let me go over my notes again. Then
Okay.
I promise I'll tell you everything.
We'll talk more later then. Cool. Who's it? This is Ada, okay. Where are you going? What just happened? I can't lie, I'm getting so engrossed in the main story.
If you be having a tick, Cap, I'll be thinking that, if I be dragging you into these depths, you deserve the full sounding.
This is about Romaro, I take it? I'm happy to listen.
When I were a wee swabby, fresh to the sea, it were Romaro that showed me the ropes and rigging. More than that, he, kept his weather eye open for me.
Plucks at the fur of his elbow.
The sea be a right poxy ore on occasion, and life aboard the Sorcerer, that and more. Malnash, our ship hunter, she were all, wet and bothered for doing me harm. And Romaro. He mentored me too. Learned me letters and navigation, handed down the Principe traditions. In time, we became close as kin or closer. And the Sorcerer, my family.
We were meant... No. Maybe we'll learn all this. How did Romaro end up in trouble with the Principe?
Right, fantastic fucking question, Cap.
He scowls and plants a closed fist in an open palm.
Word out we're mutiny. But I'll be putting about as much stock in that as a dockside doxy for manners. Well, no, I don't normally be singing no praises of veracity, Cap. But in the matter of Romaro, I'll be hunting the truth.
You told me a lot about the two of you, but not much about him.
Fair. He be of old Valian stock. A good man and righteous. Not honest, of course, but honourable. Were our shipboard sawbones, more than half handy at it. More than one swabby behind the old salt of deferral from the wheel.
Were you romantically involved?
Why, Cap? You be feeling a bit of the old envy? Nay, we never shared a bunk. Not that I'd have kicked him out of a hammock, but, like I said, we be family. He never took advantage.
Why did this Malnage want to hurt you?
Well, only knows, Cap. She treated me like my mere presence gave offence.
I promise we'll find him.
Thanks, Cap. I'll be holding you to it. Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for?
You can flirt with him? Okay. Tell me about Romaro.
Aye, sure. When I were a wee swabby, fresh to the sea, it were Romaro.
Wait,
the
we've already got this.
Ore on occasion, and life aboard the Saucer. Aye. Do right by it.
Tell me about yourself.
I'll be a right open book, Cap. Ain't nothing
Okay.
that'll be putting you on my bad. Ask away, Cap.
Who are the Principe exactly?
Formerly the Principe San Petrena. The princes, without a home, They came from Grand Valia ages ago. Now they be the scourge of the Deadfire. More than that, ain't for the likes of me to say. Ask away, Cap.
How do the Principe... Is it Principe or Principe? I don't even know. How do they operate?
Raiding seafaring vessels mostly. Season ships cargo. Ships themselves if they be worth anything. If there be passengers of high berth, we be taking them for ransom too. Ain't squeamish about slaying, but be avoiding it when we can. Get yourself known for killing folk. They get more likely to fight you when you come for the gold. Ask away, Cap.
You seem to be enjoy... Wait, you seem to enjoy being Principe. Oh, he is one of them.
Aye, that I do, Cap.
If I were looking to enlist, how would I do so?
Enlist, Cap? We ain't the flog-stroking Rowettai Navy. Twixt the seaworthy vessel and passable crew, you've managed yourself the hardest part already. Now you just need to be setting yourself to piracy, after you be talking it over with the Consuelo.
Sounds easy enough.
No, we ain't exactly a bunch known for housing hard-ons for hard rules. Ask away, Cap.
Okay.
Aye, that I do, Cap.
What about it?
What not? Smell of the sea, creak of the rigging, blast of the cannons, rush aboard in a right piece of prey. A mug of spice rum in my hands and a bawdy song on my lips. A lad or lass in every port and another in my hammock. Be
Okay.
a pirate's life for me. Ask away, Cap. Aye, aye, Cap.
Farewell. So, who's this? Riddle. Probably can't. No offense, Captain, but your gunners can't shoot for shit. Well, that's not very nice. Little Luca. Okay. This guy.
Agrasima, Casita, for taking me on.
Not quite like the open oh my god. I think I need to sit back. I've been leaning forward way too much today. I want to talk to Eder. Where did he go? Is he still down here? He is. Interact. There we go.
Hey, this brings back some memories, huh?
What are your thoughts on Aethas at the moment?
I want the destruction to stop. I want him to finish what he's doing and then go in peace. Only I don't see it playing out that way. If you like.
What did you do after we ended the legacy?
I like that feeling, knowing we'd stopped Theos. We were part of something big. That was something I never felt before. Not even at war. Guess I went looking for it again. Not that I wanted to tangle with gods, but something smaller. Something I thought I could manage. I looked all around the Deerwood, but that place has too many ghosts for me. Things I'd just as soon forget. Ended up moving to Adir and tracking down my parents. They went there as refugees after the war ended.
Okay. Did you find a way to be useful?
In part, I guess. Adir, they still got some bad blood with Deerwood. Goes back to the Revolution. Some Adirans like to give Deerwoodans a hard time they get the chance. With my folks, a group came along and tried to take their land. Made a phony claim to it.
What did you do?
I sat down with them and we had a friendly negotiation. One fella, I don't think he'll ever be able to look to his right again. But we came to an understanding. My folks, well, they didn't see me the same after that. I think they'd have rather given up the land than have it come to violence. And I don't know if that was something we could have avoided, or if it was the cost of trying to fix things.
Okay. Journal. We need to go back to Nekataka. Okay. To the world map. You've received an important missive from Captain Aldis. Oh, okay. Speak with Captain Aldis in Fort Deadlight. So, you had a little run-in with Ben, and then you dragged it to my doorstep. You could have wiped your feet before you stomped in, but I digress. I know what you did, and I know who you are, and unlike my unfortunately blockheaded second-in-command, I recognize a threat when it smacks me upside the head. So this is me, Captain Aldis, commander of the God's damned New Blood Principe, leader of the second largest fleet of pirates in the God's fucking Deadfire, inviting you, a terrifyingly powerful and strange watcher, to come and meet with me under the strictest parley at Fort Deadlight. Which is to say, I promise not to gut you when you arrive for dinner and drinks. Looking forward to having a little heart-side chat. I would like to offer you a partnership of the most glorious and goriest variety. I scratch your back, you gut my enemies from hip to jaw. We laugh at their deaths over a bottle of the finest rum. Oh, and when you come, bring some candied nuts. Your newest and dearest friend, Aldis. P.S. This is not a trap. I mean... Destroy the letter. So, what level is that? Honored guest. No, that's Harbinger's thing. Got a 2 skull level. I think that means they're like 2 levels above me. We're gonna continue to Nekataka though. Purakau. Can we... Oh, we can. Oh, we can't go that way. Okay. Makes sense. Let's go in fast mode. Oh. What's this? 13 hardtack. Nice. This game has so much more than I thought it would be. Like,